Ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West. Nigga walk past, ain't had that one West juice step. Ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West. Nigga gave me dap and the dap was weak, we ain't like that, ain't like that. Ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West. He wanted to leave the crib cause he walked in and I was cleaning my tab. Ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West. They got live at camp and he voted quick, he ain't one right. He ain't one West, he a straight fraud, he just spying out. At a dance recital with the leggings on, said he trying out. He know how we rock, he know how we roll, he just aficionado. He don't put in no work, but I hear him coming when we popping them bottles. I ain't feeling that, get you selling crack, I'm too real for that, you gotta be thorough. Claim me about it, but he never with it. But Geiger on, look, that nigga just shit it. If I want that block, I send my niggas get it. Scope the area and send me your image. Pass the flyers out, cause this ain't a gimmick. She bad and she loyal, I have to rip it. Grip, I was a crook of punches, get the flying, now your tongue sticking, but without the ribbon. Remember seeing pigeons, yeah, we broke it down, but we didn't whip it. Now this shit is different, sticks and rulers couldn't measure how we live. Remember long nights posted in the kitchen, I was frustrated about how we living. Felt my hand was forced, had to make this shit. We don't wear purple, we don't sell drugs, we don't like crackers. Over strong, they don't get along, so they don't dap us. And that's cool with me, cause according to us, you get truancy. Like a straight fool, fell in love with demons and you left the school, so I'ma eat your food. Ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West. Nigga walk past, ain't had that one West juice step. Ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West. Nigga gave me dap and the dap was weak, we ain't like that, ain't like that. Ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West. He wanted to leave the crib cause he walked in and I was cleaning my tab. Ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West. They got live at camp and he folded quick, he ain't one right, ain't one right. I'm a straight goon, I'm a straight savage, I'ma let him have it. Nigga, stretch him out, this is not Christian rap. Glocks 940s, I be into that. Debating who real, I'ma put an end to that. I shoot BK, real one West. Roll up the camp and be beating my chest. Feeling in the spirit, about the blazing shit. Pop on fire like I had some Cajun shit. T-shirts at the table for our agents. Hurry up and bow on some Asian shit. Pause that. Everybody know Christ black. 2017, you can't fight that. Kill a right hook, they think Mike back. Kill a crossover, Mike back. King of pop, Mike back. Where mommy and poppy at? Someone sooner familiar. Hey, yo, watch that nigga. Yeah, he ain't familiar, I'm a big man. We do big things in a big room with the big balls. I don't jump for shit, I ain't crisscross. I'm a raptor priest, it's the 6th law. Left Philly, what it's hitting for? About to go out to Boston, just to find something chocolate with the thick thighs and the soft thighs. Ain't one West, I don't know the guy. I come in the paint, get him posterized, and my jacket stamp, bitch, I'm notarized. Ain't one West, I don't know the guy. Ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West. Nigga walk past, ain't had that one West juice step. Ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West. Nigga gave me dap and the dap was weak, we ain't like that, ain't like that. Ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West. He wanted to leave the crib cause he walked in and I was cleaning my tab. Ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West, ain't one West. They got live at camp and he folded quick, he ain't one right, ain't one right.
The sheep is hiding, that camp they crying, our people be siding. The earth colliding, bullets be flying, Israel dying, mothers be crying, the white men be lying. With all the billions in the world, as we aim for the sky, the white man is the devil, want a piece of the pie. On your knees praying, asking the high power, why the BHN is always getting devoured. Cause he conditioned your mind to being a coward, and talk like a Christian, shout like a Christian. Everybody Muslim that want to be Christian. Fact is, tune in and listen. I should BK classes, teaching our masses with the scriptures. There is no contradiction. Fake camps, there is no competition. You can't love Esau and teach the scriptures, so just
I wish that every single one of these motherfucking crackers would.
For thy violence against Jacob, your perpetual hatred, you gotta.
These swords gotta burn, as it says in the word. You gotta just vanish. No more waking up at 4 a.m. to build apartments that a nigga can't afford to live in. No more contemplating robbing a bank. Or what'll happen if I put my boss up with the shank? Because I'm talking to me crazy, straight abusing his rank. And the satisfaction ain't worth catching a case. And I gotta do this shit here for my son's sake. But it's hard in this world when you're surrounded by snakes. If they was gone, my father probably would have been in my life. My nigga Mike wouldn't have lost 30 years of his life. My nigga Jailan would probably be rocking a mic instead of me wishing I could bring her back while I write. No more brothers that's whipping up in the kitchen. No more daughters stripping or even selling the kitten. No more pigs planting evidence for phony convictions. We could enjoy this whole planet, every black and Hispanic, if they I wish that every single one of these motherfucking crackers would. But our violence against Jacob, your perpetual hatred, you gotta. These swords gotta burn, as it says in the word. You gotta just vanish.
Yo, suck my dick, you smash, you can't hold me, nigga. I'ma bleed you catching bullets, so who hold me, nigga? All 2018, I'm disowning niggas. Don't feel bad for them, nah, that's what I'm on, niggas. Niggas think it's about flowing rhyming words, but my words rhyming, this wolf can flow backwards. You're the white man, the devil, and the Jews is black, etc., etc. The average nigga saying that will never pull the lever when it's necessary. Look, nigga, legendary, Hilltown, breaded heavy. I'm a beast and a savage, you can't tame or train it, it's hereditary. Pops is one, so son is one. I got the gun, it got a drum. Hey yo, who you gon' call if I pull a straight Faciete and leave your noodles opposed to al dente? Break your taco meat cause you ain't like it crunchy. Yeah, the crackers should vanish, but if you acting like them, you could vanish with them. Treat your back like a wall and commit vandalism. I had to hand it to him once he stopped fucking with the crackers. Now I won't reject them when he dies.
I wish that every single one of these motherfucking crackers would. But our violence against Jacob, your perpetual hatred, you gotta. These swords gotta burn, as it says in the word. You gotta.
All right, clap it up. We are the ISUPK. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. I'm Precinct Officer Shabayala, holding down tonight's Wednesday, Wednesday class, the law class, Of course, we about to get in, we about to go into the history on where Christmas come from, how it's so evil to celebrate, how it's not Jesus Christ's birthday. We're gonna get all that history, man. We're gonna go into when Christ was actually born. Our black king, Jesus Christ, Yahushua. He was born another time. He wasn't born in the wintertime. He wasn't born in December. So we're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into where the mistletoe, where the tree come from, and we're gonna get the history on all that, man. So you're gonna walk away from today's class getting a full understanding on how evil and wicked celebrating this Christmas and every holiday is, man. I want to say shalom to all the brothers. If you black, Hispanic, Latino, or Native Indian, shalom, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shabbarakathum. To all the sisters, if you black, Hispanic, Latino, or Native Indian, I want to say shalom, Yahweh Shamar Lathun Bashim, Yahweh Shah. What's going on? I'm looking in the chat. I see my brother, man. America is burning in the chat. Everybody who tuning in, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We got a physical location, 1539 North Ridge Avenue here in Kannapolis, which is the outskirts of Charlotte. If you want to tune in online, you go to YouTube, man, ISUPK to 704, or you can go to Facebook, ISUPK Charlotte. All right. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me make sure I send this class to my daughter real quick, because she asked me what I send it to her. I told her I'll send it to her. So let me do that real fast. Y'all pardon me 1 second. Yeah, man. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm coming up on her name now. I got a lot of daughters, man, so I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling, man. All right, there we go. The D part in my contacts, you know what I mean, for daughters. I'm talking, I had to scroll goddamn about 6-7 times. I got so many daughters, man. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and send that to her now. Boom. Send it to all of them, bump it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's get into it, man. All right, so we're gonna just jump right straight into it, man. Again, we the ISUPK. That's an acronym that stands for Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You know what I mean? And what we've been teaching since 1969 is the real true culture and identity of so-called blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Indians. And the truth of the matter is, if you black, Hispanic, Latino, or Native Indian, we are the biblical Hebrew Israelites. This is our race, our nationality. This is our true ethnicity. You know what I mean? The white man named us black and African American and all these names and all that when God called us the children of Israel. You know what I mean? Now, if you're not black, so-called black, Hispanic, Latino, or Native Indian, you are not the children of Israel. According to the Bible, you're a heathen. Okay? Like God don't even really mess with you like that. You know what I mean? Like he loves us. You know what I mean? But he wants y'all to be out under us. He wants y'all to serve us instead of us serving y'all. Now, when black people hear this, they can't believe it. They be like, you know, God don't set it up like that. But why the hell the white man leading right now then? If ain't nobody supposed to be in leadership, why in the hell is the white man in leadership? When that's the problem. We supposed to be in leadership, but we don't want to listen to God. We want to listen to the white man. When he tells us to celebrate his holidays, what we do? We celebrate them. We don't even look in the Bible and see if it's in the Bible. So that's why these classes is so very important. All right, so we're gonna just jump right into it, man. I'm gonna get straight to the scriptures on it. Then I might go and jump into it, get a little history on it. Tonight, or today rather, we're gonna be going back and forth. Today is literally Christmas Eve. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all know it's Christmas Eve today, man. Christmas is tomorrow. You know what I mean? So that's why I chose tonight or today to just go and dive into that topic so people can, you know, not have a reason. You know what I mean? Like everybody, black, I know black people. You know what I mean? We don't really research, you know what I mean, where these holidays and these religions and nothing. We don't look up nothing, man. You know what I mean? We just go with the flow. And it's time that we wake up, man, and we start looking these things up, man. And what you're gonna find out is everything that we follow and believe here in America, it's against God, man. That's why he been turning his back on us, man, because we've been listening to the white man and the other races. You know what I mean? Following their way of life. Okay. So we're gonna get right into it. Let's go to the King James Version. You know what I mean? If you got a Bible, you know what I mean, make sure it's King James Version. You want to follow along with the scriptures or whatnot. All right, the first scripture we're gonna go to the book of Deuteronomy, and we're gonna start at verse 14. The brother in the chat, America is Burning, said we have to study and pray and apply the scriptures. That's a fact right there. You know what I mean? What you just said is true, brother. You know what I'm saying? But remember, when you praying, make sure you pray to the nigger God. Don't pray to the white one, because the white one don't exist. That's why a lot of our prayers ain't getting answered, because we praying to the wrong gods. We praying to false gods like white God. You know, damn white God. And you know what I mean? The only one true living God is a nigga. He's black. Okay? So let's get to it. I was talking to my daughter yesterday, man. I was telling her, I was like, yo, from now on, just pray to the nigga God. When you pray, listen, just close your eyes and imagine like Morgan Freeman or me or your grandpa or somebody. And you pray to the nigga God, okay? Now, I ain't telling you to pray to some man or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, visualize a black man when you praying to the black God, because that's what he is. You understand? So now we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 6. All right? And remember, the topic of my class is Christmas is the worship of many false gods. Remember that topic right there. And I'm going to show y'all where these false gods come from. And they did this all throughout history, man. And all throughout history, the name kept changing all the way up to here, 2000, in the 2000s. You know what I mean? Now they call it Christmas. But back then, it was the same false god, just by a different name. Okay? So it's very important to remember that. You know what I mean? Damn right, brother. Pray to the nigga God. He typed into the chat. He say, that's right. Pray only to the nigga God. That's right, America is Burning. I like your name, brother. America is burning. You know what I mean? You stay diligent and keep coming to these classes, man. Lord allow you're gonna earn your Hebrew name. All right. That's a glorious thing right there, man. I'll never forget, you know what I mean, when I earned my Hebrew name, man. I was no longer called what my family and friends called me in the world. Or I didn't go by my slave name or government name no more. I went by my Hebrew name, man. And it's a glorious thing here in the ISUPK to earn that. You know what I mean? Show your due diligence and earn that. You know what I mean? So we're going to go to the book of Deuteronomy, all right, chapter 6, and we're going to start at verse 14. All right. So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 14. Ye shall not go after other gods, of the other gods of the people which are round about you. Verse 15. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of the Lord thy God be kindled against thee and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. Y'all got to check that out, man. This is why we went into slavery. This is why we've been being on the bottom of society. This is why everybody hates us. They don't acknowledge us as being the greatest people on the planet. They look at us as the drug dealers. They look at us as their copycats, their slaves. It's because God turned his face from us, man. You know what I mean? Because we turned our face from God. We start following the white man and his way, his lifestyle, instead of the nigger God in this Bible. And for those who don't know, the God of this Bible is black, man. We should have been keeping his law, statutes, and commandments the whole time. What do? We say, oh, man, the hell with that Bible. We're going to follow the white man. We're going to follow his Christianity. When the Bible been against Christianity the whole time, man. That's how we ended up in the condition that we in. We living in a living hell right now because we chose to follow, you know, these white devils, man. And yeah, I said it. The white man, woman, and child is the devil that the Bible speaks of. The Bible been warning us about them the whole time. Okay, I got to read that again because that's heavy. And every holiday that you celebrate, these pagan holidays, they all go back to the worship of some false god. You know what I mean? I'm sure you didn't know it, but that's what these classes are for. You know what I mean? Today we're gonna go into many of those different false gods, man. You know what I mean? And today is just called Christmas. All right, I'm gonna read this again, man. We're in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 14. Ye shall not go after other gods. That's a commandment right there. It said, ye shall not go after the other gods. The nigger God telling us off top, ye shall not go after other gods. So if celebrating holidays go back to the worship of false gods, that means we've been like, man, God, F what you talking about. F your words, F your commandments. I'm going to obey my white daddy. Man, nah, not in the ISUPK. We say to the hell with the white man and his way and his lifestyle and his customs and traditions and his religion. To hell with the white man, man. Not only that white man, the Africans, the Arabs, all the races, man. To hell with them and the way they live. All of them dumb as hell, man. Look at all the other races compared to niggas, man. We watch what they do and we be like, man, yo, y'all stupid as hell, man. Tell the truth. Y'all know damn well when y'all see white people or Asians eating cats and dogs in them Chinese restaurants and all that, y'all be like, yo, man, y'all dumb as hell. You know what I mean? You see them Arabs on them little Aladdin carpets, you know what I mean? Talking about Hamdu Allah and all that garbage, wearing dresses. You know what I mean? White people, come on, forget about white people. They just dumb as hell, you know what I mean? They smell like dogs, you know what I mean? Everything about them is just ass backwards. They don't even have no melanin, for God's sakes. You know what I'm saying? Let me keep reading. Verse 15. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you. God, the nigger God of this Bible, he telling you straight up. Man, I'm jealous over y'all, man. Y'all my favorite people. You niggas is my chosen people. I'm jealous over y'all. Just like a man that got a wife or something. Listen, man, I'm jealous over my wife. I don't want another man, you know what I mean, getting what I'm supposed to get. That's my damn wife. You know what I mean? Hell yeah, I'm jealous. You know what I mean? Damn right. I ain't want you going out the house with your titties and your ass hanging out for some other man to see, man. Cover your ass up. That's supposed to be for my eyes only. You see what I'm talking about? Damn right. That's how God feel over us, man. You're like, man, I'm jealous over y'all, man. I don't want y'all worshiping them false gods, because they're them false gods of white people and Africans and Arabs and Chinese people and Hawaiians. Their gods don't exist. Their gods are dumb. I'm the real God. I'm that nigga. I'm the real one. God is a real OG, man. God, I mean, for real. God is a stand-up cat, man. You know what I mean? Let me read that again. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of the Lord thy God be kindled against thee and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. That's how black people been destroyed all this time. God warned us. He gave us a warning. That's a good father, you ask me, man. You know what I mean? A good father will warn his kids about their lifestyles that they're living. And if they go out and live them lifestyles anyway, guess what? All you can do as a father, you say, I told you so. I gave you a warning. I told you to do this. I told you not to do that. You went out there and you got messed up in life because you went and lived a way that I didn't teach you to live. Okay. Now, granted, you know what I mean? In kids' defense, you know, when we was raising our kids, we didn't have this knowledge in the ISUPK that we have now. We was raised in the Christian church, so that means we was dumb as hell. Following Christianity is just following white supremacy, which made us dumb as hell. Why would black people follow a white religion? It just makes you more stupid. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I had a big long talk with my daughter yesterday, man. And you know what I mean? I was like, you know what, man? Me and your mother, you know what I mean? One thing we didn't do was take accountability. Now, granted, we didn't have the knowledge, you know what I mean, or know the things that we know now. But now is what it's about. Yesterday is dead and stinking. You know what I mean? We got to live for now. You know what I'm saying? Let me turn this phone down real quick. Excuse me. All right. Y'all give me 1 second. Cut this phone down. My phone ain't rung all day. The moment I decided to teach a class on Christmas and how evil it is and how it pissed God off, my phone want to blow up. You know what I'm saying? No sweat. I just put it on vibrate just now. So we just learned that, you know, celebrating these holidays or doing what God told us to do, not to do, period. When we do what he told us not to do, it angers him. It pisses him off. And he punishes us for it in this life. You know what I mean? That's what you call a living hell. You're living, like a lot of people think, Christians teach that hell is a place you go to when you die. When God is going to put you through a living hell right here on earth if you break his commandments. He's going to make sure that your living conditions is a living hell. So you learned it here in the ISUPK. Yes, if you break God's commandments, we are going to live in hell right here on earth. It's not a place that exists when you die, when you go burn up for eternity. That's a goddamn lie. Okay. So now next scripture we're going to go to, let's keep rocking it out, man. We're going to go to the book of Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12, man. Again, if you're just now tuning in, the topic of the class is Christmas is the worship of many false gods. All right. Now we just read a scripture saying that God told us not to go after other gods. You know what I mean? Because if we do, he's going to destroy us and wipe us off the face of the earth, which he did. You know what I mean? We got kicked out of our homeland, Jerusalem, because of it. Now we sitting over here in North, Central, and South America as slaves, not even knowing who the hell we are. That's hell. You understand? That's hell. That's living in hell right there. You don't live in your homeland no more. You living somewhere, a far off land, serving white people. Boy, that's hell. A lot of y'all done got comfortable. I'll never get comfortable with this lifestyle up under these white devils, man. We better than them. We are better people than them. And everything we do, we just better than them, period. You know what I mean? Ain't no way around that. Anything black people do, you look at us and look at them. And even white people know it. That's why they hate you so much, because they know, white people know that blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Indians are better than them. Now, that's just a fact. Why you think they sick the police on us in the ghettos? They try to sick ICE on our on our Hispanic brothers and our Latino brothers, the ICE agents and all that. You understand? Why you think that they did what they did to the Native Indians, man? Came over here and stole all the land from the Native Indians. Native Indians is niggas, man. Just like them damn Mexicans are niggas, man. Them our people, man. So now we're going to go to the book of Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12, and it reads, This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. Man, check that out, man. That's for all you people talking about, man. Listen, man, I know Christ wasn't born December the 25th. I know Santa Claus don't exist, but man, let's just do it for the kids. Let's see what the Bible say about them badass kids, man. You know what I mean? Listen, if you one of my kids, man, well, all my kids damn near grown now. You know what I mean? But listen, here go your Christmas present right here. Wash your ass, clean up your damn room. Go get a damn job. Go get your license and a driver's permit. Stack some money up so you can go buy a damn car. Stack some money up so you can go get an apartment or a house. You know what I mean? Stack some money up so you can stay fresh. You know what I'm saying? So you can get you a bank account, man. Get you a life insurance policy. Get you some health insurance. Get you some dental insurance. Fuck Christmas, in other words, man. We got to think about some real life issues, man. Christmas ain't going to, why Christmas don't tell people to go to the dentist if it's so important? Since you're doing it for the kids, you're doing it for the kids, right? Why don't you give them a good Christmas lesson and tell them to go get straight A's in school and go to college? You understand? Since it's for the kids, let's see what the scriptures say about since it's for the kids or not. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors. Children, you let children oppress you when you're supposed to be the goddamn parent. You're supposed to tell the children what to do. The children ain't supposed to be oppressing you. Christmas time, birthday time, Valentine's, all this, man, you being oppressed by some child because they want to celebrate a holiday that the white man gave them. The white slave master gave us. This is what you tell your children. We not celebrate none of that shit no more. It all comes from paganism, white people and Africans. And God ain't with none of these holidays, man. God ain't with Christmas, none of that, man. He hates it. I'm going to show you some scriptures on that later on. But after I get a few more of these scriptures, I'm going to go into the history, and show y'all the history side on where Christmas come from, why it's in December, all that, man. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all tune in, man. Share these classes with your love folk and your kinfolk, man. Also, too, if any of these class, if right now, if y'all hear any skipping or anything like that, if the class skipping, please let me know. All right. I mean, a lot of times we be having technical difficulties, man. Or sometime, man, the white man just be hearing these classes and they be like, oh shit, they're going to ISUPK telling the truth again. Let's mess up their broadcast some kind of way. You want to know why? Because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And they do not want niggas to know the truth. They don't want us to wake up to the truth, man. You know what I mean? They don't want us to reveal to our people that white people are Lucifer. They're the devil. And we stop making them rich, celebrating their holidays. Maybe they won't have so much goddamn money to fund their army and police force to break our necks and shoot us in the back and get held not guilty. Did y'all know that's what, when you pay all them taxes, which you got to pay taxes. I ain't telling you not to pay taxes. But what I am telling you to do is withdraw your spirit from America, man. Stop celebrating their holidays, making them rich. They make billions of dollars in these Christmas holidays and all these holidays and New Year's off us, man. Just to fund their military and their police forces to further oppress us. You know what I mean? And manipulate our kids' minds. And here come our kids oppressing us. Let me read this from the top. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. So not only are we doing it for the kids, letting our own kids oppress us, we letting our women rule over us. Let me tell you something, black man. Black, Hispanic, Latino, and Native Indian man. It's time that we do something that we used to call back in the day. Grow some goddamn balls, man. Grow some nuts. Tell your women and your kids to shut the hell up. We ain't celebrating them lies no more. We ain't going stepping foot back in the Christian church no more, listening to them lies. You ain't saying no Easter speech no more. You ain't dressing up like the three wise men or the wise men no more, saying no Christmas speech with little white baby Jesus laying in a damn manger when Christ was a damn black. Well, he was black. We ain't doing none of that no more, man. You tell your woman, and then look, I'm going to tell you what they're going to do when you do that. They're going to respect you for it. They're going to say, Daddy wasn't no coward, man. He didn't bow down to my mama. He didn't bow down to me. My daddy told me what to do, and he told my mama what to do. You want to know why? Because my daddy was the head of my house. He's the head of my life. He's the head of my mama life. He's what he says is what goes, not what mommy says what goes. You understand? That's how the household should be ran. The father, the man should be the man of the house. What he say is what go. Here's the problem. You women don't know how to choose the right man. Let me tell you who should choose your man. Your father should choose your man. You understand? You don't know how to choose a man. You just a baby girl. You don't know how to choose a woman. You just a baby boy, Jody. You don't know how to choose no woman. That's why you run out every woman with got big butt and some titties. Next thing you know, you're paying child support 4 different ways. Now ask me how I know. Because that's what I was that boy that I'm talking about. And guess what? To this day, I'm paying child support 4 different damn ways over kids who hate my goddamn guts. You think I give a fuck? You're going to do what I tell you to do. And if you don't do what I tell you to do, fuck you. You ain't my child no more. You understand? Grow some damn balls, man. Them kids want to be hard-headed. Let Satan teach them out there in the world. They'll come crawling back. Satan ain't nothing. Listen, Satan works for God. God will send Satan on your ass. And listen, I'm telling you, you'll come back looking all dusty, broke, busted, dusted, and disgusted. Then you want to come crawling back, as you should, though, and realize you were in the wrong trying to make all the decisions when you should have put the decisions in the hands of your parents. And that goes for you no good ass parents too. You should put all your decision making in the hands of the Most High. Base them off the Bible. Oh, okay, I'm about to make dinner. Let me look in this Bible. Let me call somebody at the ISUPK and see if this lawful to eat before I go cook this for my family or feed them poison like pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster. Let me call the ISUPK and see is celebrating Mother's Day and Christmas against God before I go put this Christmas tree in my house and worship a damn tree. Let me tell y'all something, man. Trees belong outside. Why in the hell would you bring a tree, something that belongs outside, inside the house? It just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get some scriptures on that. Don't worry about it. All right, so I'm going to keep reading. Oh, my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the ways of thy path. The people that lead us is white people. They cause us to live our life in error, to live our life in they customs and traditions and religions instead of the path that the Lord or the culture that the Lord gave niggas, man. Black people, you got a rich culture, man. You are Israelite, man. We got things we can and cannot eat according to the nigga God. We got ways that we all supposed to dress according to the nigga God. We got laws on how we supposed to treat one another. The nigga God say love your brother or love your sister as you love yourself, man. Imagine if we followed the nigga God and did that. We wouldn't have so many niggas in prison. Imagine if you know what I mean, if we followed the nigga God when he told us you can't sleep with your brother's woman. You know what I mean? Would be so many niggas in prison from them blowing a nigga head off for having sex with his wife. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be so many whores out there going to have sex with different men. You would be the same. You would be with the same baby daddy the rest of your damn life instead of having multiple baby daddies. Now your house all fucked up. Now you want to blame everybody except your damn self. And that goes for me too. I blamed everybody. Man, every time I got locked up, I blamed everybody. I blamed the system. I've tried to blame my father. Meanwhile, my father and my mother was there the whole time. They fed me. They clothed me. If I needed anything, all I had to do was pick up a phone and call them, man. You know what I mean? But I wanted to be like the hustlers and the gangbangers, man, and do what they did. I wanted to be like the Bloods, man. I wanted to be like the local drug dealer, man. I wanted to have stacks of money in my pocket, man, so I can impress some bimbo. You understand? Go sell drugs just to go buy a Christmas gift for some hoe. Nah, man, listen, it's time we straighten up our paths and our ways, man, and we get back in this Bible and learn how to correctly obey the Most High, man. I'm tired of getting my ass whooped by God. Because I'm telling you, the wages of sin is death. Sometimes you don't die immediately. Sometimes God just take you through there. What do I mean by that? You look up, you on drugs somewhere. God took you through there. He sent Satan after your dumb ass for disobeying him. And guess what Satan say to God every time God give him an order? Khan out of one khan, which is Hebrew for yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Satan say yes, sir to God and then go chase after your stupid ass. Why the hell every time you think you try to stop smoking, here comes somebody offering free weed? God see you trying, but he gonna try you. He gonna take you through trials and tribulations, man. And he do that to make you stronger. You know what I mean? To have your willpower strong, man. So you don't be so easily taken by money, clothes, cars, and hoes. You don't be so easily taken by your lust, man, and what give you euphoria in your damn mind, man, or what satisfies your gut. You understand? Or what feels good when you're rubbing out or busting a damn nut. I know it feels good, but it ain't always good for you. I know it feel good to you lesbians when you're down there licking on another woman and she acting. You lesbians got to do something. You got to explain this to me. How in the heck is you using a strap-on another woman? You don't feel nothing, but you sitting over there moaning, talking about, yeah. Shut the hell up. You don't feel nothing. God don't want a woman with a woman. God want a man with a man. I mean, God want a man with a woman. He don't want a man with a man or a woman with a woman. God want a man with a woman and a woman with a man. Here's the messed up part about it. Give me a second. Let me drink a little bit of this water. Shout out to my daughter too. She drank these little they call this Essentia. She was telling me that on the phone. Man, I had a good, excuse me for keep bringing up my daughter, man. My daughter Trinity. You know what I mean? We had a long, man. We talked on the phone yesterday, man. We had to been probably like 5 or 6 hours, man. You know what I mean? Easy. You know what I mean? And she was on the phone crying. She was like, I always wanted to hear this, man. I always wanted to call you, but my mom Dukes wouldn't let me. And I was like, don't worry about it, man. It's in the Most High's hand, man. You know what I mean? We can build from here on out. Like what we always stayed in contact her whole life. I always paid child support. I always was there. But man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I wanted my daughter to stay with me. You know what I'm saying? That way they'll never, know what it felt like to, live, lesbian lives or, have, this, it's just something a father that can provide for a daughter, man. It's called protection that a mother just can't provide, man. A mother, she more nurturing. She more loving and nurturing. A father more protective. You know what I mean? He provide that protection, man. You know what I mean? I'm not saying a mother can't protect, but it's just qualities that a mother have that's different from what the qualities that a father have, man. And she made me realize that, you know what I mean? That's my oldest daughter. I got a bunch of daughters. Shout out to all my daughters, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was heavy. What's going on, Nizam? How you doing, sis? I see you. I see you tapping in from New Orleans. Big up to New Orleans, man. Big up to Officer Matabar out there, 5,000 out there, man. Matter of fact, man, big up to Commanding General Yohana, man, the leader of the ISUPK and the leader of Blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Indians. He directly follows our Black King Christ, man. And without Commanding General Yohana teaching the ISUPK and the nation of Israel how to correctly follow this Bible and learn this Bible correctly, we wouldn't know. We still be celebrating Christmas, man. Just like our lost people out there, our Black people out there in the world who lost. There's a lot of Black people out there in the world, man. They have no idea that, you know what I'm saying, that it's against God to celebrate Christmas or give out gifts during Christmas and all that. And it's actually selfish, man. Because if you really gave a damn about the homeless or gave a damn about your family and all that, friends and all that, why you wait till Christmas to give them gifts? If you really love them, wouldn't you give them gifts any time of the year? You know what I mean? Because you love them. You can listen, ain't nothing wrong with giving out gifts anytime. But when you do it on Christmas, you're not fooling God. God knows that you're celebrating Christmas. And to your ignorance, you are unknowingly worshiping a false God, even though that's not your intention to worship a false God. You giving out gifts and saying Merry Christmas, you automatically are worshiping a false God when you utter out those words out your mouth. Merry Christmas. Or how Hispanics said. Hispanics say Feliz Navidad, which means Merry Christmas in Spanish. They're worshiping a false God. That's why God allows white people to send ICE agents on them. You know what I mean? That's why God allowed police officers to let their white racist dogs sick them dogs on us, man. Back in the Jim Crow era. You know what I mean? They still doing it to this day, man. Them dogs racist as hell, man. Them German Shepherd dogs, man. Were the ones that the police train anyway. Okay. So now we're gonna keep moving, man. Let's go. Hold on. Before I go any further with the scriptures, man, I want to go into an article real quick, man, on where Christmas and all that really comes from, man. So what I want y'all to do, man, I want y'all to look up this article with me. You know what I mean? We're gonna go to an article real fast. It's called The 12 Days of Christmas Come from a Roman Custom Called Saturnalia. All right. So we're gonna go to an article. Matter of fact, I'll look up Saturnalia first. I'll look up the definition of Saturnalia so y'all can get a deeper understanding on where Saturnalia comes from. All right. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm looking it up myself right now as we speak. All right. You spell it Saturnalia, Saturnalia. Again, this is a class, remember. So y'all supposed to be having out a pen and a piece of paper and you know, already. You know what I mean? I know I'm handsome and all that. You know what I mean? I know, you know, y'all want to see my handsome face. Now, let me check. You're supposed to be taking notes and you know, asking questions and all that, man. This is a class, all right? So you spell that. Look up Saturnalia, Saturnalia, Saturnalia. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the definition of Saturnalia and give y'all a little bit on this real quick. Let me see. Give me 1 second. All right. So here we go. Let me see where I'm gonna start at and end at. 7. Give me 1 second. Right. All right, there we go. All right, so here go the definition of where Saturnalia come from. This is actually where Christmas comes from. They changed the word Christmas. The only reason why they changed it from Saturnalia to Christmas was it was pagan practices. And they knew that the Christians would not celebrate this Saturnalia if they didn't put Christ's name in it. So Christians tried to Christianize it by putting Christ's name in it. Christmas. Or now they put Xmas. You know what I mean? Instead of calling it Saturnalia, they changed it to Christmas to put Christ's name in it. So Christians would follow it after hearing the name, like Christ's name in it. So they would follow it and make it easier to believe that that's when Christ was born. You see what I'm saying? That's what they did because white people are deceivers. The word devil just means deceiver or liar. That's why we call the white man the devil, because he's the biggest deceiver on the planet. You would never know these things if ISUPK wouldn't bring them out. I mean, you can Google these things now, man. What's the dark history of Christmas? Where do it really come from? And then you'll just go read, do the research, man. You know what I mean? You don't got to take our word for it. You know what I mean? We're going to tell you the truth. The ISUPK is the home of the truth. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. We're not affiliated with any Christian church, any religion. We stand alone. We teach the truth according to the nigger God of this Bible, man. We teach the truth according to history. We just some smart ass niggas, man. Some very intelligent black brothers, man, teaching this truth to our people, waking our people up to the truth, man. You understand? Never in a million years, though, for real. I thought I'd ever be, you know, a teacher, a priest and prophet of the Most High God, man. I never in a million years. I was too busy out there popping hoes, selling dope, gang banging. You know what I mean? My daughter told me yesterday, she said, my daughter said, you was having your way with them women. I say, damn. She was right. Get what I told her? I still am. I just ain't throwing women away like I used to. You know what I mean? I had my way with my women. You know what I mean? My women, my wives. Okay. Sex is marriage, according to the nigger God. And yes, a man can have more than one wife. Okay. That's a topic for another day. Today we're gonna whoop a foothold in Christmas ass today. So now let me read this definition of Saturnalia. All right. Saturnalia is an ancient Roman festival and holiday in honor of the god Saturn, held on 17th of December in the Julian calendar, and later expanded with the festivities until the 19th of December. By the 1st century BC, the celebration had been extended until the 23rd of December for a total of 7 days of festivities. The holiday was celebrated with a sacrifice at the temple of Saturn in the Roman Forum, in a public banquet, followed by a private gift-giving, continual partying. That sound familiar? Gift-giving, partying, all that comes from a celebration called Saturnalia, which was a Roman festival. We know the Romans were white. You celebrating a white. Listen, believing in Christianity is white supremacy. Celebrating Christmas is white supremacy. White. Okay, let me keep going. I ain't finished. Followed by continual partying and a carnival atmosphere that overturned Roman social norms. Gambling was permitted, and masters provided table service for their slaves. Look at that. It's talking about niggas. You know what I mean? Check this out. As it was seen as a time of liberty for both the slaves and freedmen alike. A common custom was the election of a king of Saturnalia, who gave the orders to people and were followed and presided over them merrymaking. You sound familiar? Merry Christmas. You know what I mean? Check this out. The gifts were exchanged usually. Gag gifts and small figurines made of wax and pottery known as something. I don't understand that word right there. Y'all get the point. Let's keep going. Saturnalian was a Roman equivalent to the earliest Greek holiday of Krona, which was celebrated during the Attic month. It held theologians' importance for the Romans, who saw it as a restoration of ancient golden age. So all these things come from Roman customs, man. A celebration of Saturnalia. You know what I mean? So that's where Christmas literally comes from. So now I also want to go deeper into that article, right? So we're going to go deeper into the article real fast. All right. Now check this out. All right, give me 1 second. So now we're going to go into the Encyclopedia Britannica. Why is Christmas in December? So we're going to go into the history on that, on why Christmas is in December. We just got it. It really comes from a Roman festival called Saturnalia that would be in December. You know what I mean? All right, so now we're going to go to the Encyclopedia Britannica. So type that into your Google. All right. Check this out. Go to your Google, type in Encyclopedia Britannica, type that in first. Y'all can figure out how to spell that. Now, I said we was smart. Now, I ain't say I was goddamn, you know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can figure that out on your own. Encyclopedia Britannica. All right. And then when you figure that out, type in why is Christmas in December? All right. Why is Christmas in December? All right, there we go. Boom. So it's going to be an article that pops up that says Encyclopedia Britannica, why is Christmas in December? And we're going to start at where it says the origins of the holiday. All right. You're going to scroll down to the paragraph that says the origins of the holiday, and it reads, so this is the Encyclopedia Britannica, why is Christmas in December? And we're going to start at the paragraph where it says the origins of the holiday. So here it goes. All right, let me see. All right. The origins of the holiday and its December date lie in ancient Greco-Roman world as commemorations. Probably began sometime in the 2nd century. There are at least 3 possible origins for the December date. The Roman Christian historian Sextus Julius Africanus dated Jesus' conception to March 25th, the same date upon which he held that the world was created, which were after 9 months after his mother's womb. which resulted in a December 25th birth. So this is actually correct. Christ was born around about March, the end of March, early April, which was the springtime. But what the white man did was count 9 months from the time Christ was born. 9 months from March is December. So that's how you got it in the month of December. The white man is a fucking liar, man. Christ was actually born around late March, early April, which is the springtime, okay? Which is also actually the new year, which is also actually around about the time that they collect taxes, still to this day. The earth comes back alive. It's the new year, around late March, early April. The grass start growing back. The leaves and trees and the butterflies and all the worms and everything start coming back out because it's a new year. Christ was born around that time, and I'm going to prove it biblically. All right. So this is one of their little explanations. Check this out. I'm gonna keep reading. In the 3rd century, the Roman Empire, which at this time had not adopted Christianity, celebrated the rebirth of the unconquered Sol Invictus. All right. Sol Invictus, it means sun worship, or the winter solstice. So they was worshiping the sun. You know what I mean? That if you look up Greek culture and Roman culture, they always worship like the sun and the moon and the stars. They always worship the planets, Saturnalia, which is where you get the word Saturday. They always worship the moon, where you would get the word Monday from. Okay, this is how they did everything. Like everything we've learned here in North, Central, and South America is a lie, based on lies. Of course, because white man named all these things. God didn't name none of this garbage. All right, let's keep going though. All right, so I'm gonna read that again. In the 3rd century, the Roman Empire, which at the end had not adopted Christianity, celebrated the rebirth or the unconquered sun, Sol Invictus, on December the 25th. This holiday not only marked the return of longer days after the winter solstice, but also followed the popular Roman festival called Saturnalia. Remember, I read the Saturnalia. So now they're mixing in Christianity with pagan Roman festivals of Saturnalia and Sol Invictus, the worship of the sun, the worship of Saturn. That's why you go name yourself after all these stupid zodiac signs that's named after Greek and Roman gods, you big dummy. Because your white daddy told you to do it. It's time we stop listening to the white man, all right, and listening to the nigga. We need to listen to the nigga God. You know what I mean? All right, let's keep reading. During which people feasted and exchanged gifts. It was also the birthday of an Indo-European deity, Mithra. There go one false god. Mithra, a god of light and loyalty, whose cult was at the time growing popular among the Roman soldiers. Check that out. Saturnalia, Sol Invictus, all comes from a false Greek god named Mithra, a false god of light and loyalty. Boy, the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Let's keep reading. All right. Hold on. Let me see where I marked it. End at 9th century. Okay, yeah, we got to read this paragraph. This is very important right here too. Y'all check this out. Now, for everybody who just came in, the topic of the class is Christmas is the worship of many false gods. I'm going into the history on it right now. Then I'm gonna go back into the scriptures and show you where God always warned niggas not to ever follow these false gods. Don't believe these white devils, man. Don't believe these African deities. Don't believe these Babylonian practices, man. I mean, let's keep reading. The church in Rome began formally celebrating Christmas on December the 25th. God damn, check that out. You know, the Christmas church gonna mix in with everything. That's why when they celebrating the pagan worship of Halloween, what Christianity do? They have what? Trunk or treat. Because they got to have their filthy hands in every goddamn thing. They can't just reject it and say that ain't of God. I'm not celebrating that. No, they got to have a part of it. Because getting a part of it, guess what? We got to get some of that money on. We got to get some of that money that they getting over them pagans getting. You know what I mean? Let's do it in the name of Christianity. Okay. Let's call it Christmas. Put God name in it. God hates Christmas, man. All right. Let's keep reading. All right. The church in Rome began formally celebrating Christmas on December 25th in 336 during the reign of Emperor Constantine. As Constantine, and for y'all don't know, Constantine was a black man. He was an emperor over Rome. That's why we ran Europe for 1,000 years. So the Romans ran Rome, but we came over there and took it over for 1,000 years. In real history, they call this period the Dark Ages. When you go to school and they tell you they tell you about the Bronze Age and the Dark Ages, that's a time when black people ruled Europe. It was an emperor in Rome named Constantine. He was a black man. Now, if you go look this up on Google, of course, they whitewashed him. Now he's gonna look white. They whitewashed him just like they whitewashed our black King Christ. Christ was a black man. They whitewashed King James. They whitewashed Mozart. Mozart was black. Did y'all know Shakespeare was black? The white men whitewashed this. All this information that I'm giving you in this class, the white men whitewashed it in an area in history, or in a period in time in history called the Renaissance era, which literally means rebirth. That's when the white men crawled up out them caves and whitewashed all our black royal history, man. So now we over here in America not knowing who the hell we are. We don't even know we descend from royal people, man. That's royalty running through your DNA, through your blood, man. You understand? All right, let's keep reading though. As Constantine had made Christianity the effective religion of the empire, some has speculated that the choosing this date had the political motive of weakening the established pagan celebrations. Y'all think we just up here, I'm just up here talking? This is real history what I'm reading right here. This is where Christmas comes from. The Christians wanted to join in with the pagans and get in on that money that the pagans was getting. Pagans just mean you're worshiping false gods. They worship false gods. The Christians seen it. They were like, damn, they're getting a lot of money over there. Let us get some of that money. Let's do it in the name of Jesus. Let's do it in the name of Christ. These niggas will surely follow us then. All right? And it's always some Uncle Tom nigga that's willing to trade in his people like Martin Luther King did for money. For the love of white people, man. Fuck white people, man. And everything they stand for. Excuse my language. Let's keep going. All right. As Constantine had made Christianity an effective religion of the empire, some have speculated that choosing this date had a political motive of weakening the established pagan celebrations. The date was not widely accepted in the Eastern Empire, where January 6th had been favored. For another half century, and Christmas did not become a major Christian festival until the 9th century. That's very important history right there. You know what I mean? So now I want to, I want to show y'all who else was born on December the 25th. In Babylon, there was an African king named Nimrod. He was supposedly born on December the 25th. It was an Egyptian god named Horus that was born on December the 25th. The Greek god Mithra that we just read about, the god of light and loyalty, was born December the 25th. You understand, at the end of the 9th century. So it's important that we realize that celebrating Christmas is the worship of many different false gods. And when you celebrate Christmas, I don't give a damn if you're talking about let's just do it for the kids. You're passing generational curses down to them kids. And you're unknowingly making you and them kids worship false gods, and it's pissing God off that really exists. It's pissing the nigga God off of this Bible. It's a nigga God that's in heaven right now watching what you and everything you do on this earth. He got angels sitting watching you wrap them gifts, put them under that damn tree, and worship that damn tree. Okay? Matter of fact, let me give y'all a slight sidebar on that tree, because we about to go in on that tree in a minute, man. But let me get a couple scriptures real quick, and then we're gonna go in on. I'm gonna show y'all where that Christmas tree comes from. All right. So give me a second real quick. I want to go to the book of Mark in the New Testament. Let's go to the book of Mark chapter 7 real fast. All right. Let's go to the book of Mark. All right. Chapter 7, and we're going to start at verse 7. Man, this Bible been warning us about these pagan holidays and worshiping false gods the whole time, man. You'll never learn this in the Christian church because that pastor too busy in there fucking your wife. You know what I mean? Or fucking the gay choir director. You know what I mean? Y'all know I ain't lying. I don't give a damn if you like how I said it or not. Who the hell are you? Why you ain't teaching the class about this? You know what I mean? I don't want to hear your opinions now about how we teach. You didn't ever teach a goddamn class. Let's go to the book of Mark. So we're in the book of Mark, right? So we're in the book of Mark chapter 7 and verse 7, all right? And it reads, book of Mark chapter 7, verse 7. And this is Christ speaking. This coming out of our black King Jesus Christ, black lips, man. Check this out. This is the book of Mark chapter 7, verse 7. Howbeit, in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. Verse 8. For laying aside the commandments of God, ye hold the traditions of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many others such like things ye do. Verse 9. He said unto them, hold on. Yeah, verse 9. And he said unto them, for ye rejected the commandments of God, that ye may keep your own traditions. This is Christ. When they were celebrating back in Rome, this is Christ speaking. You know what I mean? Christ was telling niggas back in Rome, man. He was like, man, y'all done forgot the commandments of God, man. But y'all want to keep the traditions of man. Y'all want to keep the traditions of these white cracker Romans, man. And here we are 2,000 years later doing the same thing here in America, man. That's why the ISUPK is following our king. And we telling y'all want to keep the traditions of these Americans, man. You want to celebrate Christmas when Christmas ain't even in the Bible? You better stop celebrating that garbage, man, for you pissed the Most High off, man. Christ was telling them, the niggas that back in the day. Let me read it again. Now, he who have an ear to hear, listen. This Christ speaking is written in red. Anytime you're reading the Bible and it's written in red, that's a nigga speaking by the name of Yahweh Shai, who the earth ignorantly calls Jesus. You know what I mean? Let's read it again. All right. This is the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 7. Christ said, howbeit. He's saying, how in the hell is y'all doing this? Howbeit, in vain do they worship me. In vain do you worship me. How do you put my name in Christmas when I don't celebrate Christmas? That's what the Romans celebrate. They put my name in it to deceive you, dummy. He said, howbeit, in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. You ain't teaching for doctrine the commandments of God, because God didn't tell you to celebrate Christmas. You're teaching for doctrine the commandments of white men. Check this out. Verse 8. For laying aside the commandments of God, he's saying y'all done put that aside. Y'all ain't even worried. You ain't even keeping the laws of God no more. You ain't keeping the high holy days that God told you to keep. You're celebrating the white man's holidays instead of God's high holy days. Check this out. And I'm going to show y'all God's high holy days in a minute. Matter of fact, right after this scripture, I'm going to show y'all a high holy day of God that we're supposed to be celebrating in winter instead of goddamn talking about some Jesus is the reason for the season, his birthday, December the 25th. I'm going to show you in the Bible something that we're supposed to be celebrating in December, in the winter time. All right. For laying aside the commandments of God, ye hold the traditions of men. All right. So now we're going drop that right there, man. Check this out. Now let's go to Matthew chapter 24, verse 5. All right. We're going to go to the book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 5, and it reads. Now remember, the topic of the class is Christmas is the worship of many false gods. So we're in the book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 5. Again, this is written in red, so this is our black King Jesus Christ speaking. Verse 5. For many shall come in my name. Christmas, Christianity. They tried to put Christ's name in Christianity. This what our black king, the nigger king, our nigger king warned us of. We're in the book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 5. Check this out. For many shall come in my name. Christ was warning us, man. Big homie was warning us, man. They're going to try to deceive you. Let me keep reading. For many shall come in my name. I am saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Check that out. Our black king was saying, man, look, them white honkies going to come to you, going to tell you to celebrate all kind of holidays. They're going to put my name in it. They're going to tell you to worship all kind of religions like Christianity. They're going to put my name in it. But guess what? They're going to put my name in it, but they're going to deceive you, man. I'm warning y'all right now. This has been in the Bible the whole time. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Why in the hell the Christians ain't never read this? Why did they never read this in the Christian church? Because they got the white man's dick and balls in their fucking mouth. You understand? They love the white man so much that they can't tell the niggas the truth. Well, not in the ISUPK. In the ISUPK, we here to tell our people the truth. You feel me? Let me get some more of this water real fast. All right. So now remember, Christ warned us. Christ warned us. He said, for many shall come in my name saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. That's why you got Christ's name in Christianity, which God hates and Christ hates. And they put Christ's name in Christmas, which God hates and Christ hates. Who did that? White people, the Greeks and the Romans. It all comes from a worship of Saturnalia or the Soli Victus, which means the worship of the sun or the celebration of the winter solstice. All right. So now we got the history on that before. Now, before I show you the celebration that we're supposed to be celebrating, I want to go to the book of John real quick. The book of John, chapter 10, we're going to start at verse 22. All right. And when you read all these names in the Bible, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, all these people, these were black disciples. They were not white. The white man whitewashed them too. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. So why would you celebrate anything he tell you to celebrate when you know he's the biggest liar? He's a deceiver. Black people say it all the time. The devil is a lie. You're right about that. But this is what you don't know. The white man, woman, and child is the devil. They are Lucifer. That's where all these holidays and religions come from. White people. All right. So now we're in the book of John, chapter 10, and we're gonna go to verse 22 and 23. See, now that you hear these scriptures being broke down by a real nigga, now you can be like, yo, man, that Bible don't sound like no religious book. It's not a religious book. It's a book that niggas wrote. That's why everything you read in here is written in slang, man. Only niggas talk poetically like that in slang, man. That's why only a nigga can break this Bible down. You know, white people break it down. You know what I mean? They take everything in this Bible quite literal, when a lot of things in this Bible ain't literal at all, man. It's metaphors. It's speaking in slang. It's speaking poetically like blacks and Hispanics speak, man. You understand? Get the hell out that Christian church, man. They don't know what in the hell they talking about. You know what I mean? The brother in the chat said, the Christian church is vomit. Man, brother, you so damn right. You know what I mean? Every time I say Christianity, you know what I mean, it make me feel like I want to vomit. You know what I mean? They in there running around the damn church. You know what I mean? Doing all them shaking, Harlem shaking and all that. You know what I mean? Gay. You know what I mean? Lesbians and dykes running all over the goddamn place. You know what I mean? They need to call it a STD clinic. If you want STDs, go to the Christian church, because it's the biggest whorehouse on the damn planet, man. You understand? That also goes from many different false Israelite groups too. You right, brother. If you black, Hispanic, Latino, or Native Indian, you are a Israelite by ethnicity. So we supposed to be obeying this Bible wholeheartedly, but you got to be taught it first. You can't just open this Bible and think you know something. You know what I mean? Or niggas is hard-headed, boy. All right, so we're in the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 22. All right, and it reads, and it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter. You see that? That's what we're supposed to be celebrating. Let me read it again. I'm reading out the Bible. This ain't no trick Bible. This is the King James Version Bible, man. You know what I mean? Y'all supposed to be writing these scriptures down any damn way. You know what I mean? Laying in the bed, scratching your ass. Write them goddamn scriptures down so you can take these to your pastors and say, listen, Mr. Preacher, why you ain't never showed me this? And again, let me tell you what that nigga gonna say. He gonna look at you square in your eyes. He gonna say, don't question God. This is what you do. You look him back in his eyes and point him in his face, and you say, I ain't questioning God. I'm questioning you, nigga. Now, what in the hell do this mean? And he gonna start studying. You pack your bags and you get the hell out that Christian church. And you come on up in here so you can learn how to be a real nigga again and serve the real nigga God. Follow our real black King Christ. You become a real black woman again, a princess. Brothers, you become a prince again. And we follow our black King Christ, man. And collectively, we all together following Christ. Christ follow one thing, and that's the nigga God. He don't follow white Romans. He don't follow their religions and their pagan holidays. Let me show you what Christ followed right here. Check this out. This is the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 22. Y'all didn't even know we had high holy days. Let me show you a high holy day. Verse 22, and it reads, and it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter. So we supposed to be celebrating a high holy day or a feast day, calling the feast of dedication. In the ISUPK, we celebrated that 8 days last week. It's called Hanukkah. Hanukkah, you translate Hanukkah into English, it means dedication, feast of dedication. When we took back our temple from them white Greeks and we rededicated to the nigger God, okay? Christ kept the feast of dedication. He didn't keep no damn Christmas, man. He kept the feast of dedication. If you want to learn what the feast of dedication is, come into our schools. We'll teach you. You're not going to learn this in the Christian church. I'm telling you, I'm warning you. Damn near begging you. Well, I ain't begging you. If you ain't want to hear the truth, fuck you. I just wipe the dust off my damn shoes and go to another city and teach somebody who got an ear to hear. God don't beg for your obedience. Let's be clear on that. And ISUPK ain't begging for you to come in here either. If you don't want to hear the truth, fuck you. All right? So now let's keep reading. Oh, also, I want to read that again. So we're in the book of John, chapter 10, verse 22. And it was at Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the homeland of blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Indians. Did y'all know that? You thought Africa was your homeland, didn't you? Hell no. Israel is your homeland. Jerusalem is your homeland. We come from those holy lands, man. And it make nothing but sense. We the best people on the planet. Shouldn't we come from the best land, the holiest land on the planet? Come to find out, that's our homeland. That's why there is no peace in the Middle East right now. Because you got white people and Arabs over there bombing the hell out of each other because they both know that they stole the land from us. And God ain't gonna let no peace be in the Middle East because he knows the real inhabitants of that land. He knows that they stole that land from us. And Christ is going to come back and destroy America, Russia, China, the people that's living in our land, the Arabs, the white people, the Palestinians, the Israelis, all of them, man, the Africans, the Chinese. He going to destroy all of them, man. People in India. He going to destroy all these people who had hand in our slavery and lied to us about who we really are, being the Israelites, the real Jews, God's chosen people. Let me read it again. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter. That's what you're supposed to be celebrating in the wintertime, the feast of dedication, not no damn Christmas or no damn New Year's, dummies. How's it the New Year's and it's dead in the winter? Everything outside dead, the trees dead, everything froze, the grass froze. It's brown. All right, let's keep going. And Jesus walked in the temple in Solomon's porch, which means what? Christ kept the feast of dedication. Christ didn't keep Christmas. Christ didn't celebrate talking about some damn happy the ball dropping happy new. Don't worry, I got a class next week on New Year's. I'll save that for then. This right here is just to prove Christ did not celebrate Christmas. He celebrated the feast of dedication, Hanukkah in the Hebrew. He didn't celebrate Saturnalia. He didn't celebrate the winter solstice, the Soli Victus. He didn't celebrate Mithra, a false god. He didn't celebrate Horus, a false god. He didn't celebrate Nimrod, a false god. Now let me show you where Nimrod come from. All right. This is where the tree come from. I know y'all want to hear the history on where that tree come from, don't you? Don't worry, I got you. Okay. Check this out. So now let's go see where that Christmas tree, that evergreen tree come from. Okay. And that's in the Bible. Check this out. This will blow y'all mind right here. Because I know a lot of niggas ain't never seen this in the Bible. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, the 10th chapter. All right. So we're going to that also to Jeremiah, another black prophet. Okay. Black people love to name their kids after these prophets in the Bible, but they don't know that these prophets in the Bible were actually black prophets. They were black men. Christ's mama Mary was black. His father Joseph was black. You understand? The angels, black. More importantly, God is a black God. Okay? So now, we're going to go to the book of Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, and we're going to see where this Christmas tree come from. We're going to see if it's of God, if it's of Christ, or against Christ, or against God. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to do. All right. So we're in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1, and it reads, "Hear ye the words which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel." Israel is our forefather. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. He had 12 sons. The descendants of those 12 sons today are so-called blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Indians. So we direct from the lineage of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So this whole Bible from Genesis to Revelations is niggas writing letters to their family, their descendants. This ain't got nothing to do with white people. I don't even know why white people even read this damn Bible. I don't know why Chinese and Africans read this Bible. It ain't even for you suckers. It's only for the children of Israel. If you don't believe me, let me read it again. Hear ye which the word, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. We're the Israelites. We're the descendants of a man named Israel, a black man. Let's keep reading. Verse 2. "Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen." Remember earlier in the class when I told you blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Indians are the Israelites? And if you are not black, Hispanic, Latino, or Native Indian, God considers you a heathen. Well, listen to God now. "Thus saith the Lord God, learn not the way of the heathen." So we weren't supposed to learn any of their ways, any of their holidays, any of their customs or traditions, any of their religions. We ain't even supposed to sleep with none of they flat ass white women, none of they flat ass daughters, mothers, aunties, none of that. Let them keep their stop sign ass over there. Give me one of these sisters with that wagon on the back of that thing. You know what I mean? She ain't even got to have a fat ass. You know what I mean? Just give me a sister, period. Because she's better than white women. You know what I mean? I don't want no fucking white dog. Y'all can keep Lassie. White women are dogs. Y'all didn't know that? Yeah, I don't want no white dog. I don't want Lassie. Y'all can have her. Give me that black woman, that Hispanic or that Latino or that Native Indian woman. That's who I want. I want 12 of them from each tribe. Let's keep reading, man. All right. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. That's warning us right there. Don't learn from white people. Don't learn from Africans. All right. "And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." Don't be worried about no Saturn or no Saturnalia. Don't be worried about worshiping the sun or the Sol Invictus or the winter solstice. Don't be worried about no goddess of light and goddess of fertility. Don't be worried about these false gods like the Greeks and the Romans and the Babylonian Africans, man. Don't worry about that. They dismayed at that. They worried about false gods, naming the planets and the creation. God created all the planets. Why are we worshiping the creations when we're supposed to worship the creator? I ain't want to worship no creation. How about we worship the nigga God who created all these things, right? But the Romans, they wanted to worship the creations, the winter god, the sun god, the god of the wind, the god of water, Poseidon, Zeus, Aries, Sagittarius, Aquemini. All of these are false gods. And if you say this shit, say that's your zodiac sign, you're worshiping a false god. You celebrate Christmas, you're worshiping a false god, the god of Saturn and Saturnalia. When God said, thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed, meaning the word dismayed means worried. Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Don't be worried about the signs of heaven. All the astrology and trying to read the stars and all the astronomy and all that. You trying to map out stars. Look, see, that's in the shape of a lion. That's a Aries. That's in the shape of get the hell out of here with that, man. Check this out. Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. The heathens are looking up at the skies, worshiping the damn sun and the moon. The Muslims is worshiping the crescent star and the moon. Christians are worshiping the sun. Why the hell you think in Christianity they changed the Sabbath day from Saturday to Sunday? Because they're worshiping the Sol Invictus, the winter solstice. They're worshiping the sun. Why you think they go to church on Sunday? That's where the word Sunday come from, the worship of the sun. Christians go to church when? Sun what day? Sunday, worshiping the sun. God say don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven, the elements, the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets. Don't be dismayed at that, man. Asteroids and just falling out the sky and comets. Don't be dismayed at that. Don't worry about that. You worry about not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You worry about not following the white man's lies right here on earth. You worry about not smoking crack and weed and vapes and cigarettes. You worry about not being gay. You worry about what you stick your dick in and what kind of sex you having, man. You understand? You worry about not being addicted to pornography. That's what you need to worry about. You understand? You worry about stop celebrating these damn holidays, man. That's what you need to be worried about. You need to be worried about getting the hell out that Christian church. You understand? You need to be worried about not having jungle fever. You need to be worried about not stealing and kicking your brother Doe in, stealing his big screen TV, trying to steal your brother's wife. You understand? That's what you need to be. You need to be worried about brotherhood and sisterhood amongst your own people. You need to be worried about not giving your love to the other races and give it to your own damn race. That's who you need to worry about. God don't want blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Indians to love the other races. He only wants us to love each other. We're the Israelites. We're the 12 tribes. That's why he said, love your neighbor as yourself. He wasn't talking about your next door white neighbor. Neighbor in the Bible is talking about somebody in your damn race. Brother or sister in the Bible is talking about somebody in your damn race. Ain't no stinking African, my damn brother. Ain't no white man, my damn brother. Ain't no cheeky eyes Chinese, slant eyes Chinese, or Korean, my damn brother, man. You know what I mean? My brother is the black man, the Hispanic, Latino, and Native Indian man. Them my brothers. To hell with everybody else. All right? I ain't got no more love for them. Let's keep reading. Now, here go where the tree come from. I know y'all been waiting on this tree. This is where the tree come from. Verse 3. We're in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with an axe. Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. You see that? Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree, but speaketh not. They must needs to be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. Check that out, man. This whole Christmas tree is a custom of the heathens, man. The heathens, or the other races, would go out and cut trees out of the forest and bring it inside your house. Trees that's in the forest grow in the forest because it belongs outside. It don't belong in your damn house, big dummy. When the hell you think so many house fires around Christmas time, them damn fake trees, and so many house fires started by trees for? Them trees you bring inside, because it ain't supposed to be in there. That's God. That's God behind them house fires, man. Sending angels to make sure them motherfuckers get lit up on and set on fire. Now here your dumb ass is crying, oh, it was Christmas time and all the presents got burnt up. God burnt them goddamn presents and that tree and your house. You better be glad he didn't burn your black ass, because you already burning from STDs anyway. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, let's read that again, man. I'm going to start at verse 3 again, and I'm going to break it down slowly about this tree, where that tree come from. All right. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth. Now, the word vain means it's a root word of vanity, which means it means nothing. It means nothing in value. It has no value. It means nothing to God. You're doing it in vain, in vanity. Vanity is a sin. You're getting that tree and bringing it in your house, or buying it from Walmart, bringing it in your house for nothing. Sitting little angels at the top of the tree for what? The angels of God don't even look like them angels that you sitting on the top of that tree. Some angels got 4 faces. Angels got 4 faces. I ain't never seen an angel on top of them damn tree. They got 4 faces. One like a man, one like a damn a bull, one like a lion. I forget what the other one, the 4th one was. But it got 4 faces, man. You can read this in the book of Ezekiel. It explains the angels, man. Okay, what the angels look like. All right, so check this out. For the customs of the people are vain, meaning the customs of the people, their holidays, their traditions mean nothing. God was warning us through this nigger prophet, this black prophet named Jeremiah. Check this out. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen. You know what I mean? Like somebody got to go out there and cut the damn tree down. Somebody got to work in some warehouse right now the whole year and get ready for Christmas making fake trees. Or somebody got to go out there in the forest and cut down literal a real tree, and then you go to Walmart, Lowe's, and buy a damn tree, and then put it on the back of your or top of your car and drive it to your house. Somebody got to go out there and cut that tree down. All right. So now let's keep reading. Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold. That sound familiar? Kurt Franklin made a song one time, silver and gold. Silver and gold. I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. But if you rather have Jesus than silver and gold, why the fuck Christmas time come around? You got a tree in your house that's decked with silver and gold. You didn't want to have Jesus around Christmas time, did you? You fucking liar. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. Well, if you rather have Jesus, why around Christmas time you got you deck the halls with balls of folly? Fa la 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 la. You listen to the damn Temptations. In my mind, I want you to be free. Singing, I can't stand that goddamn song to this day. Around Christmas time, that's all they play, man. The damn Merry Christmas from the Temptations. Last time I checked, all the damn Temptations were crackheads and alcoholics and you know. Go look up the history on the Temptations. They were crackheads and alcoholics. Merry Christmas from the Temptations. Get the hell out. Half of them died. Yeah, I mean, every year it's a new member of the Temptations. They always die of alcoholism or crack or something. You know what I'm saying? God ain't with that. God ain't with the celebration of Christmas. Let me read that again. We're in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 4. We're still talking about the customs of the people, which means nothing to God, which is vain. Decorating a tree in your house means nothing to God. So why y'all lying on God? What you're doing is worshiping that tree, and I'm going to prove it. They deck it with silver and gold. Decorate it. What that word deck is just short for decorate. They decorate it with silver and gold. And now let me give you a brief history on why y'all put them y'all know them Christmas balls you put on them Christmas trees. This right here, this is in the time of Jeremiah. This right here in the book of Jeremiah, this was 500 years before Jesus Christ was even born. So why was they decorating Christmas trees with silver and gold, bringing it inside their house, decorating it before Christ was even born, 500 years before Christ was born? Because they was worshiping a false god named Nimrod. Now, what would happen was Nimrod was a African, Babylonian or Africans. He was a great warrior. He was a king in Babylon. He was a great warrior. He died in battle. When Nimrod died, they made him a god, a deity. And his name carried on throughout Babylon through his mother, Semiramis. Not only was Semiramis his mother, but it was his lover. Semiramis and Nimrod was married, and that was his mother. Imagine that. And y'all want to go follow them stupid Africans. When African mothers marry their sons and daughters. That's disgusting, man. That's fucking disgusting. All this comes with that Christmas tree and the celebration of Christmas. That's why the topic of the class is Christmas is the worship of many false gods. This is why God, through the prophet Jeremiah, was telling us, learn not the ways of the heathens. Don't learn the customs and the ways of living from the different races, man. You're going to live round about them, but don't live like them. Do what God in this Bible told you to do always, because this is going to keep you from living like them. This is going to keep God from being pissed off at you. This is going to keep you from sinning. Sinning is breaking your culture, breaking God's laws. Basically saying no. God tell you to do something. You imagine looking up at your parents back in the day and you tell them no. Parents used to be strict back in the day. Back in the day, they'll put them paws on you. Parents that became weak now. Now, I'm not telling you to beat your kids or whoop them with drop cords and switches. I'm not telling you to do that. What I am telling you to do is teach them how to do it the correct way. Now, if they decide to go do it outside of the way you told them to do it or taught them in this Bible, in the ISUPK, in our school, how to do it correctly, and they go do it anyway, fuck them. God gonna teach them a lesson for their disobedience. You just keep doing living the lifestyle you live in and be an example to them so they can see you changed. You're not the same old bastard you used to be. And that'll show them that they can change. That'll show family members that I don't got to keep Christmas no more to obey God. Matter of fact, obeying God is saying I'm not going to celebrate Christmas anymore, because celebrating Christmas is the very thing God told us not to do. We're reading about it right now. So let's get back to the story of this Christmas tree and why people bring presents and sit them up under the tree and put those Christmas balls and lights and decorations. This is why people do it to this very day, because these scriptures right here in Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1 through 5. We're in the book of Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 4. They deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and with a hammer that it move not, because the tree don't stand up by itself. They got to fasten it down with nails and hammers. That's why you sit it on that thing of, you know what I mean? That's up under the tree so it don't fall, it don't move, right? Check this out. So the Babylonian god Nimrod, his mother buried him under an evergreen tree. And she lied to her people. If you know anything about an evergreen tree, that's where I get the name evergreen, because summer or winter, it never dies. It always stays green. You know, grass and other plant vegetation all dies in the winter. Well, this particular tree, it stays green all the way throughout the winter, like a pine tree or evergreen tree. You know what I mean? So she lied to the people and told the people round about that my son died in battle. And the reason why this tree stay green year around, even in the winter, because when he died, his spirit went into this tree. That's why all the trees, the evergreen trees or the pine trees, stays green, because his spirit is living in those trees. And to honor his spirit in these trees, you have to bring gifts and give it to Nimrod, making him a god. That's why to this day, people put gifts under that damn tree. It's paganism, it's idolatry. It's the worship of false gods. Now, let me show you why y'all hang them Christmas balls on them trees. Semiramis, Nimrod's mother, she said, bring your gifts in tribute and worship Nimrod. You get on your knees, put the gift up under your sacrifice or your tribute to Nimrod, because his spirit lives in this evergreen tree. We're going to decorate it in the name of Nimrod because he lives through this evergreen tree. Now, decorate this tree, give it gifts, and we're going to worship my son and my husband, Nimrod. This is what Ceramicist did. And if you did not bring gifts and make a sacrifice and sit it under that tree and make Nimrod a god, your god, she would cut your head off if you did not bring a gift and hang your head on that tree. That's where the Christmas balls of today come from. Now you got warehouses named Rouches that makes all these Christmas balls and lights and fake icing and lights and all that in worship of a false god named Nimrod. That's why they hang those Christmas balls on the tree to this very day, because if you did not, in Babylon, if you did not bring your gifts to this African king named Nimrod and make him your god, she would make sure her army cut your head off so all the other people can see, so it could scare them, and so they know, you better bring your gift, nigga. You better bring your damn gift, because if you don't, we're going to hang your head on this tree so everybody else can see. This will happen if you don't worship my son and my husband, this African king Nimrod. That's where the Christmas balls on Christmas trees come from to this very day, in signification of cut off heads who did not worship that Christmas tree. So you're worshiping that Christmas tree every time you bow down and putting gifts up under there and giving it to that damn tree, but you lie and say it's for the kids. Now you got the kids running up to that tree in the morning. Watch how many Black, Hispanic, Latino, and Native Indian kids run up to that tree, worship that damn tree. And they don't even know. They doing it unknowingly, but God is being pissed off. And that same kid is going to grow up and be a drug dealer. He's going to be an MS-13. He's going to be a Crip. He's going to be a Blood. He's going to be a gay boy or a gay girl, grow up into the LBG community. He's going to be a Christian. He's going to follow everything his white daddy tell him to follow, and he's going to forget about the commandments of God. He's going to forget about the nigger God in this Bible. He's going to forget about our Black King Christ, and he's going to follow the traditions of men. He's not going to keep the commandments of God. He's going to keep the traditions of white men and African men and Arab men and men of just different races and cultures. When really the Bible was warning us, don't put no damn tree in your house. Don't worship that tree. Don't decorate that tree. Don't decorate your house. Don't sit gifts under no damn tree and give them to your kids, because you're making them follow a false god. Hence, you're passing down generational curses to them. And I'm going to punish you and your kids for it. Thus says the Lord. That's why we living in hell, because we don't do what God say do. The wages of not doing what God say do is living in hell right here on earth. That's how we living in these fucked up conditions. Celebrating Christmas is the reason why we in the conditions we in, believe it or not. That's why he warned us in the beginning of the chapter, verse 1. He said, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel, directly to the Israelites. White people can celebrate it if they want to. Let Africans and white people and all, let them celebrate all that stupid shit, so that they may know we not going to follow y'all. We're going to follow our Father, which art in heaven, the nigger God. Not you, Mr. White Man. You're the devil that God warned us about in this Bible. Verse 2, thus says the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. You see that? Don't learn his ways, man, his way of life. Don't learn his culture. God warned us, man. We ain't got no damn excuse. That's like me as a father. I tell my daughters not to live a certain lifestyle. They go do it anyway. Now you all depressed. Now you want to commit suicide. That's on you. You went out there and let them demons multiply on your mind. Now you want all depressed, you stressed, when you should listen to your damn father, man. You think I'm going to tell you something wrong? we should listen to our Father which art in heaven, the nigga God, man. You know what I mean? That's why I don't feel no shame in worshiping God, man. I don't give a damn what niggas say about me. Niggas I used to hang with in the hood, old so-called friends and associates, old bitches I used to fuck. Fuck y'all, man. Oh, he in that Israelite stuff, man. He don't celebrate. He weird now, man. He weird. He don't smoke no more. He don't sell dope. You damn right, man. Fuck you and that white lifestyle that you living. I mean, you know what I mean? That whole lifestyle that we living about. Man, listen, all the designer clothes that you wear is made by white people. Gay white people. Louis Vuitton was a gay white man. Balenciaga, a gay white man. Tommy Hilfiger, gay white man. Nautica come from a gay white man. All that McLaren, Alexander McQueen. All these is gay white men. Dior, white people, gay white people. And you're gonna follow their religion and celebrate their holiday. Celebrating Christmas is celebrating white supremacy. Following the white man's religion, Christianity is following white supremacy. Seeing zodiac signs is following white supremacy. Living a gay lifestyle is following white supremacy. Eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster is following white supremacy. Everything we do here in North Central and South America is following our white slave masters, man. It's time we wake the hell up, man. Do some research, do some reading. Come into the ISUPK when you got men ordained and given the authority to teach these scriptures by the Most High himself, man. We follow our black King Christ, man. Commanding General Yohana got boots on the ground out here and soldiers, man. We ain't gonna put on no damn skinny jeans, man. You ain't got to worry about us molesting your kids. You know what I mean? You ain't got to worry about us teaching you lies, man. Trooper Carl Bar, Shalom, Lord Christ. What's going on, Hebrew? Most High in Christ. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel. The topic of the class is Christmas is the worship of many false gods, man. Earlier in the class, I went into a little history. Matter of fact, let me throw a little history in here real quick. Let's get into this mistletoe since we just broke down where that Christmas tree come from and why people decorate it and worship it, because you're worshiping a false god named Nimrod. Okay, so now let's get to this mistletoe. All right, now I don't know about y'all, but I had much rather kiss a camel toe than a mistletoe. Excuse my language. I just thought I'd throw it in there. But let's get let's get to it real quick. All right, so now I want y'all to type this in with me. Go to y'all Google machines and type this in with me. All right. Give me 1 second. So type in pucker up. You spell it Puckerup. You know how you puckering up to kiss? Pucker up. Type that in. I'm typing mine in now too. So y'all can read this article right along with me so you can see that I'm not making this up. This is where the mistletoe come from. Check this out. So type in pucker up. Where does kissing under the mistletoe come from? After you type in pucker up, type in where does kissing under the mistletoe come from? So I'm typing that in right now. Kissing, hold on. Pucker up. Pucker up is actually the article, the name of the article. You know what I mean? Like the source. You know what I mean? So you're gonna type in pucker up. And then type in where does kissing under the mistletoe come from? Where does kissing under the mistletoe come from? All right. Boom. So and it should pop up. It's the first. It comes from livescience.com. And it's going to say, pucker up. Why do people kiss under the mistletoe? All right. And we're going to start at where it say the tradition of kissing under the mistletoe. We're going to start at that paragraph. So we're going to scroll down. All right. Scroll all the way down a couple paragraphs to where it says the tradition of kissing under the mistletoe started in ancient Greece. All right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start reading it. All right. So y'all want to type in pucker up. Where does kissing under the mistletoe come from? Started, you're gonna scroll all the way down to where it says the tradition of kissing under the mistletoe started in ancient Greece. I'm gonna start right there. All right. The tradition of kissing under the mistletoe started in ancient Greece. We all know ancient Greece is white people, the Greeks. All right. During the festival of Saturnalia. That sound familiar? I brought Saturnalia out earlier. I gave y'all the definition. All right, check this out. That's where Christmas comes from. The winter solstice, the Soli Victus, or Saturnalia. Today they just renamed it. They tried to put Christ's name in it. So in Christianity, the Christians can follow it just so they can make more money. You know what I mean? They can mix it in with the paganism. So the Christianity would follow it, and the Roman Catholic Church would just make billions of dollars. All right. So now, the tradition of kissing under the mistletoe started in ancient Greece during the festival of Saturnalia and later in marriage ceremonies because of the plant's association with fertility. During the Roman era, enemies at war to reconcile their differences under the mistletoe, which to them represented peace. Romans also decorated their houses and temples with mistletoes in midwinter to please their gods. Check that out. So the Greeks and the Romans, to reconcile their differences when they was going to war with other armies of men. Imagine an army of men right here and an army of men right here. Just so niggas can understand it. Think right here, you got the Bloods. Think right here, you got the Crips. Imagine 1,000 Crips over here and 1,000 Bloods over here walking towards each other. And the general or the president gets in the middle of it and put up a gigantic mistletoe. And for them not to fight each other, and I'm talking about fight to the death, they would put up a gigantic mistletoe. The same way they do it, they hang it up in weddings today. They'll sit a mistletoe up there and the couple be standing right up under that mistletoe. That's why they put that evergreen little thing right there. It's all the worship of false gods of Greeks and Romans. They would sit there right there before the men went to battle, and them men would reconcile their differences, and they all would come together and kiss each other. That's where you get kissing under the mistletoe come from. Get men about to go to war, they would hang a gigantic mistletoe up above them, and to not go to war and not fight, they would hang a mistletoe up, and here these men are not fighting but kissing each other. Think about that before you hang another mistletoe up, you know, up on your doorstep. Talking about kissing under the mistletoe. Listen to all these stupid ass Christmas songs. Listen to Boys to Men talking about Let It Snow. Listen to all these damn stupid ass Christmas songs, man. These nuts roasting on the open, chestnuts roasting on the open fire. I saw Mama kissing Santa. All these songs is pure evil, man. Let me read it again for the people who didn't know this, man. Check this out. Now, I bet you, listen, especially if you're a black man, if you go up under another goddamn mistletoe, don't ever shake my hand again. Don't even speak to me no more, nigga. We not cool no more. You know what I mean? You go be part of the LGBT community. You know what I mean? Check this out. This is where the whole mistletoe come from. I broke down where the tree come from. Now, let me show you where the mistletoe come from. The tradition of kissing under the mistletoe started in ancient Greece during the festival of Saturnalia and later in marriage ceremonies. Because of the plant's association with fertility, during the Roman era, enemies at war would reconcile their differences under the mistletoe, which to them represented peace. The Romans and the Greeks decorated their houses and temples with mistletoes in the wintertime to please their gods. Check that out, man. I don't know about y'all, but that's it for the mistletoe with me. You know what I mean? All I had to do was read a little goddamn research. and you go do some more research, it goes back to more heinous things. They were not just kissing. They were having wild sex orgies under the mistletoes. White people are disgusting people, man. That's why I said before I even read this article, I'd rather kiss a camel toe. To those who know what a camel toe is, salute to you. Fuck a mistletoe. Give me a nice fat camel toe. And I'll kiss on that. And I'll French kiss on that. Excuse my language. We're not the Christian church in here. Oh, yeah. Priests actually like camel toes. Yeah. You better ask them disciples. You know, them brothers had multiple wives in the Bible. Guess what? I do too, still to this day. You know, man, I love the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to get a little brief history on that, since we brought out the tree, the evergreen tree. And this right here, they all just bring out worshiping some god of fertility. It always ends up kissing or doing some type of orgy, man, menage a trois and all that. You know what I mean? So now let's get to the scriptures, man. Let's go to the book of Romans real quick, man. Let's go to the book of Romans chapter 11 and verse 8 in the New Testament. Good night. We done came up on the time, man. You know what? Hold on. Matter of fact, let's go to, because I know everybody love to say, see, the three wise men was bringing gifts to Christ, celebrating his birthday. No, the fuck they wasn't. Neither do it say three. You don't even say three wise men. Okay. Let's read what it actually says. Okay. Back in our culture, when a prince or a king was born, you would bring gifts to the king. You know what I mean? They do it in movies. That's why if you go watch movies, medieval movies, or you watch movies about a king, everybody from the different provinces would bring gifts and gift the king. You know what I mean? Well, we did the same thing. We brought gifts to gift our black king Christ, because it was prophesied in old times that a black king is going to come and save his people. And guess what? That black king was sure enough born. And he wasn't no little white boy laid off in some manger. Okay? Like they like to lie to you. You know what I mean? The white boy laying in a damn manger. Christ was black. Let me read 1 Kings chapter 10 real quick, and I'm gonna prove it to you, man. That all that whole nativity story, man, all that shit been lies, man. Let me give you the real nativity story, man. Let's go to the book of 1 Kings, man. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. The trooper choir boss say it's called a baby shower. Nah, it ain't no sin to do a baby shower, choir bar. You know what I mean? It's not a sin to do a baby shower. A baby shower, you can do that. So that's not what they was doing. They wasn't having a baby shower. They was bringing gifts to our king because he was prophesied to be born. Just like I just said. That's why they was bringing gifts to the king. We about to read it. But they wasn't bringing gifts to him for no baby shower. They was bringing gifts because it was prophesied that a black king was going to be born. Okay? And that's why Herod sent people out to go kill Christ. You know what I mean? Because they knew that it was going to be a black king born that was going to save his people. That's why Christ had to go on, you know what I mean? They had to go hide Christ, man. We about to read about it right now. It ain't nothing wrong with having a baby shower. That's not a sin. But it is something wrong with talking about that's Christ's birthday. You know what I mean? You talking about, you try to use this, the wise men bringing gifts to Christ, try to use that and say that they was giving Christ gifts on his birthday. That's a damn lie. Okay? You know what I mean? They was bringing gifts because a king was born. And that's what people do when that was our culture. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to it. All right. So check this out. We're going to go to the book of 1 Kings, right? So if you want to have a baby shower, have a baby shower. You can do that. That's not a sin. Just don't try to bring gifts to the baby talking about happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're sinning against the Lord. All right. So I'm glad you said that, brother. As a matter of fact, I'm actually glad you said that, because a lot of Christians try to say that. They try to be like, you know, that's why they brought Christ gifts, because they're representing, celebrating his birthday. That's a damn lie. We're about to go straight to the scripture and prove it. So we in the book of 1 Kings, right? Chapter 10. We're going to go to we're going to read verse 1 and 2, matter of fact. All right. So this is the book of 1 Kings. All right. Now remember also too, Queen Sheba brought gifts to King Solomon. Which lets you know that was our customs. They would bring gifts to kings. That wasn't no baby shower. That wasn't no birthday. It's because they brought gifts to kings. All right. So we're in the book of 1 Kings, chapter 10, verse 1. And when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to him with many hard questions. Verse 2. She had came to Jerusalem with a very great train, with camels that bear spices, and very much gold and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him of all that was in her heart. She brought gifts to King Solomon. That don't mean she was celebrating having a baby shower or bringing celebrating his birthday. She was bringing gifts to a king, because we have kings. We go by patriarchy in our society. We don't go by presidents and queens, and we don't go by that. You know what I mean? We go by we got a black king, and his name is Christ. Before that, it was King Solomon. Before that, it was King David. We had a king. Our first king was King Saul. You see what I'm saying? That's black people's culture right there. White people stole our culture, man. That's why when you go to Great Britain, they got Queen Elizabeth, King Charles, and Prince this and Prince that. Y'all ain't fucking royalty. Black people are royalty, man. You just whitewashed our culture. That's all you did. You understand? Check this out right here. Check this out. All right. So hold on 1 second. All right, give me 1 second. Oh, yeah. And King Solomon did not have sex with Queen Sheba either. Talking about they had a son named Menelik. That's a damn lie. You stinking Ethiopians, you're not the chosen people of God. You're not Israelites. Israelites, you stinking Ethiopians are Hamites. You know what I mean? Solomon did not have sex with her. You know what I mean? She was paying homage, like the brother in the chat just said. Right. They was paying homage. That's right. They was paying homage, as they should. You know what I mean? Not just Israelites, like other races, which showed you our seniority over the earth, because different races that was living in different places, they were bringing gifts to the king. Queen Sheba was an Ethiopian, man. She was bringing gifts to King Solomon. King Solomon was an Israelite, which shows you our rightful place in the earth. People supposed to be bringing gifts to us, man. What do we do now? We bring gifts to who? America. Today is called paying taxes. That's the gifts we give to the president. You know what I mean? We paying homage to America, but they used to pay homage to us, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, right, brother. You know what I'm saying? So now, I got to get this scripture in real quick, man. I got to get this scripture in real fast. I got to get Amos in. I told y'all every holiday we got to get Amos in. You know what I'm saying? Just because I know black people like to hear direct proof, you know what I'm saying, that God hates holidays, man, the white man's holidays, man. So we're going to get right to Amos. I done came up on the time, man, gibbering and jabbering, man. You know what I'm saying? But I hope y'all got what y'all needed out this class. I still got 1,000 precepts I can bring out, but I don't want to go over like I did last class. So, but I am, you know what, after this scripture, I am going to go to a scripture to show y'all that Christ was born in the season of tax time. And we still pay taxes to this day around that same season, which shows around the time Christ was born. It was not December the 25th. All right, so let me go to the book of Amos real fast. So I'll do this real quick. All right. So 1249. Remember the topic. Let me see, 1249. The topic of the class is Christmas is the worship of many different false gods. You know what I mean? I brought out many in this class. Y'all go rewind the tape, watch it for the beginning. You know what I mean? So this is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 21. And it reads, I despise your feast days. I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. That's God saying he hate your feast days right there. He hate them. He despises them. He hate your feast days. That's why it says I despise your feast days, because it's not a feast days of God. It's yours. Something the white man gave you slaves, so you can worship him. If you celebrate Christmas or any holiday, you are directly worshiping and praising white supremacy. Pat yourself on the back, nigga. If you went out and bought all them gifts and bought a tree and decorated your house, you wearing the ugly sweater, you drinking eggnog, you singing Merry, Merry Christmas, and you singing ho, ho, ho because your wife a hoe, you fucking all the hoes, buying hoes gifts. Congratulations, dumb. All right. When God said, I despise your feast days, and I would not smell in your solemn assemblies. God hates holidays, man. He loves high holy days like the Feast of Dedication. He loved Hanukkah. He loved the Passover. He loved the Feast of Purim. He hates your feast days, Mr. White Man. And guess what, black people? You've been following his feast days, the white man's feast days, kissing the white man's ass. All right. So now also like the brother said in the chat, remember they used to pay homage to us. When you celebrate their holidays, your dumb ass is paying homage to them. Whether you think you know it or not, you are unknowingly paying homage to the white man, the white race. You're saying everything they said about white Jesus being born is true. Hail the white race. Hail Caesar. You might well be a Nazi now. You might well be an Uncle Tom stepping, fetching, Uncle Tom tap dancing Negro. Because that's what you is when you celebrate their holidays. So now, let's get to the time. Let's go to the book of Luke. Let's go to the book of Luke. I'm going to prove to you that the round time Christ was born, it was not the winter time, man. So why in the fuck Jesus is the season in the winter time? That's a damn lie. Y'all got to stop lying to yourselves and them kids, man. Get white Christianity and Roman Catholicism out your black mind, man. Get it out your black mind. Let it go out your spine and out your goddamn behind, because it's all bullshit. Get it out your mind. Let it go down your spine and out your goddamn behind, because it's all bullshit. Well, black people know how to put them words together, don't it? I told you we're poetic people, man. This Bible is written in slang. Let's get some slang for you out the Bible real quick, so you can see when the time Christ was born. Since the Christians love to say the Bible doesn't particularly say when Christ was born. Yes, fuck it, dude. And it ain't December the 25th. All right, I'm going to prove it. Let's go to the book of Luke. All right. Matthew, Mark, Luke. Okay, there we go. Luke. All right. So, boom. So, we're going to go to the book of Luke. We're going to go to chapter 2. Start at verse 1. All right. Give me 1 second. Okay. We're in the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 1. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus. Caesar Augustus was a white man. Okay. That all the world should be taxed. We reading this out the Bible. Still to this day, tax season comes from this moment right here. When Caesar Augustus in the Roman Empire, or when they took over Jerusalem as well, they taxed all the niggas. They stole the land of Jerusalem from us, and then got the nerve to charge us taxes. Just like they stole this land of America from the Native Indians and the Mexicans, and got the nerve to call them illegal aliens and charge them taxes. The white man is the devil. Caesar Augustus was a white man. All right, let's read it. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar that all the world should be taxed. So now the roles done been reversed. They done took over our land, Jerusalem. Now the white man ruling Jerusalem. Now instead of them paying homage to us, paying us gifts, bringing us gifts, now we being taxed. Now we got to pay homage to them. All right. So now let's keep reading. Verse 2. And this taxing was the first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. Verse 3. And all went to be taxed, everyone into his own city. Verse 4. And Joseph also went up to Galilee. Galilee was a black city. All right. Out of the city of Nazareth. Nazareth was a black city. Into Judea. Judea was a black city. Unto the city of David. King David was a black man. City of David was a black city, which is called Bethlehem. Bethlehem was a black city. Now let me give y'all in nigger terms what I mean. All of these was hoods and ghettos. Bethlehem was a ghetto. Nazareth was a ghetto. Judea was a ghetto. Galilee was a ghetto. And guess what? The white man was taxing the hell out the ghetto. Sound familiar? Why do you think you go into convenience stores? Everything you buy, they taxing you. You go to a fast food restaurant, they taxing you. You get a job, what they take out your check? Taxes. All this they've been doing that. You see what I'm saying? Check this out. Let's keep going. Because he was of the house of the lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. Now imagine this is Joseph and Mary, a black man and a black woman, pregnant with our black king, Jesus Christ. And they was being taxed. Okay. Now check this out. Check this out. We're going to drop down to verse 8. And there was in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. Let me ask you a question. Why in the hell would shepherds be in the field with a flock at nighttime in wintertime if all the grass is dead? If the shepherds is out there with their flock of sheep and they lamb and they goat, that would be in the springtime or the summertime, because that's when the grass is out there for the animals to graze, the bulls to eat, out there to be grazing. They're not going to be standing out there in the middle of December, which shows you tax season is always around springtime. Mary was pregnant with Christ. Christ had to be born around springtime because she was pregnant around tax season. So that means in December, Christ was not even born yet. So to say Christ's birthday is December the 25th is a direct lie. To say Jesus Christ's birthday is December the 25th, this is biblical proof that Christ was not born yet. Okay? Now I'm going to go back up to verse 5 and prove it. We're in the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 5. This is when Joseph went down to his home city, the city of David, because that's where he was from. He was from the tribe of Judah. Christ is from the tribe of Judah. Check this out. This is when to be taxed, and with Mary, his espoused wife, meaning she was pregnant, being with child. You see what I'm saying? So they had a child. Christ was born after December. Christ had to be born during the springtime. Now we can go back before this and show you when she was pregnant. You understand? Man, listen, the white man is the devil. The white man is the devil. So you cannot believe none of the white man's lies. I would implore you to go read this whole chapter. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to see, man, like it's going to show you building up what happened when Mary was pregnant, how they had to run. Matter of fact, when the wise men came out to bring them gifts, King Herod, he sent little spies out too. He sent spies to see who was that black child that been born out there. Then them spies went back and reported to Herod. That's when he sent out people to kill that child. Then Joseph knew to go on the run. Him and Mary with that baby, to go on the run. You know what I mean? And Joseph and them went back to the home city of you know what I mean, of they forefathers, nigger cities, so they can pay taxes. They can pay homage to the white people. All right. So now, check this out. Now we're going to go to the verse 11 to prove everything that I say. This is going to throw the icing on the cake. Drop down to verse 11. This is the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 11. For all the people who doubting what I'm saying. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. You see that, man? Don't ever call me a fucking liar, man. I know what the hell I'm talking about. We studied in these scriptures, man. Verse 11 said, for unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. Meaning she had Christ in the city of David, tax time, which was after December, around about the end of March, beginning of April, springtime, tax season. Don't y'all ever challenge us in these scriptures, man. I've been precinct officer Shibayala, man, holding down the Wednesday law class, man. Topic of the class again, Christmas is the worship of false gods. I implore you to go back, watch the whole class again, like, share, subscribe, share the class, man. Tomorrow, send it to all your family. Send it to your mother, your kids, everybody, man. You know what I mean? And with that, we're going to go and clip up the class, man. I want to say shalom. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Baraka Thumb. Yahweh Shemala Thumb Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. We'll go ahead and do the school announcements. Y'all bear with me. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will get permission to court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we got the Feast of Purim. That's going to be coming up, man, in March, early March. You know what I mean? Or like early in that month, we're going to have a Feast of Purim. You know what I mean? So you want to be tuned for that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? The Feast of Purim, that's another high holy day or a feast day of the Lord. So just more proof that we got high holy days and feast days in this Bible niggas supposed to celebrate instead of the white man's holidays, man. You know what I mean? In the ISUPK, we keep all the feast days, man. If you want to learn more, stay in tune with the classes, log on, man. ISUPK Charlotte. You want to pay your tithes or donate to the school, isupk.com or isupk.org. All right. Now we're going to say the Lord's prayers. We're going to say them in Hebrew, and then we're going to say the Lord's prayer in English. This is the Lord's prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwithka, Taba'ai, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalatanawa, Kabawatnianawa, Kasalatnawa, Kabawatnianawa, Wala'ai, Tabayahanawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashanawa, Mayan, Raya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Watapara, Wa'iwalamyan, Ama. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. All right, men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Barakathum, Yajamatah, which means hands down, Sar. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to our sisters. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar, Alatah, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Yajamatah. What I just said in Hebrew, we ask the Most High to protect. We ask the Most High to bless our brothers, our Black, Hispanic, Latinos, and Native Indian brothers in the name of our Black King Christ. To our Black, Hispanic, Latino, and Native Indian sisters, we ask God to watch over them and protect them in the name of our Black King Christ. And with that, class dismissed. All right, y'all, make sure y'all tune in, man. Tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow is Christmas Day. We're going to have another powerful brother, you know what I mean? Another powerful priest and prophet teaching, going in on the history, on where Christmas come from, showing different perspectives. You know what I mean? You're always going to see a brother up here teaching, man. But one thing good about us brothers, man, we all teach the same thing. But that's why the Lord, the body of Christ, man, like the arm can't do what the leg do. So you might have another brother come up here and show y'all a whole nother aspect of Christmas, man. But we saying and teaching the same thing, man. So, you know what I mean? I encourage y'all, man, to tune into the classes, man. And with that, to Blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Indians, the Israelites, I want to say shalom.